Hello everyone, our protagonist can improve cards, and some of these cards turn into girl. Will what I'm thinking happen? What would you do if you had cards that turned into girl? Someone calls Zhengqiang. Apparently worried, he is abruptly awakened. A serious-looking guy seems annoyed. The discussion continues. Zhengqiang tries to explain the reason for his nap, claiming exhaustion from enhancing cards all night long. Zhengqiang explains the sacrifice made to improve the cards. His exaggerated expression demonstrates his intense effort and justifies his sleep. A card is activated, revealing a giant, shadowy hand. This hand appears powerful and threatening. Details of the card: Giant Force Hand. It is a level 5 card and consumes energy points to be used. The Giant Force Hand attacks. The scene shows the card's power, and Zhengqiang seems to be in danger. The serious-looking guy remains irritated, but Zhengqiang keeps apologizing. The situation remains tense. A third character appears, looking even more menacing. The threat grows, and a sense of dread fills the air. The young man in red calls for his superior. Captain Uncle Wolf, leader of the adventurers, explains the situation. Zhengqiang fell asleep while helping in the store. The blue-haired young man shows irritation, but seems to agree. Zhengqiang collapses to the ground, apparently defeated. The other two seem to watch. The captain and the blue-haired young man discuss including Zhengqiang in the missions. Two others discuss the disadvantages of bringing Zhengqiang. One argues about his lack of experience. We see the young men's talents, comparing their power levels. Zhengqiang is the weakest. Zhengqiang explains his talent, which enhances weak cards. He admits the weakness of his power. Captain Uncle Wolf interrupts the discussion with a growl. His focus is on the main mission. The captain reminds everyone of the important mission ahead: hunting the magical crystal dragon. The young men agree to support Zhengqiang. A decision is made in favor of the mission. The others belittle Zhengqiang, assigning him only the task of carrying the luggage. The irony is evident. Zhengqiang seems embarrassed, carrying the luggage alone. A heavy expression? The group prepares to face the magical crystal dragon. The blue-haired young man shows confidence in victory, anticipating the creation of a powerful card. Zhengqiang struggles to carry the luggage, stumbling. The captain shows concern about Zhengqiang's inexperience in missions. Zhengqiang smiles, and around his neck, a medallion opens, revealing a photo of a girl. Zhengqiang is motivated by this bond. Zhengqiang thanks the captain, and the captain hands Zhengqiang a card. A show of trust and affection. Zhengqiang is surprised by a high-level card given by the captain. The captain explains that the card is to protect Zhengqiang. Considering the danger of the mission, Zhengqiang appears confident, revealing that he has already enhanced his cards, but the captain insists on giving Zhengqiang the card. Showing concern for the young man, the captain affirms that Zhengqiang is an indispensable team member. Zhengqiang accepts the card. Moved, the team approaches a mysterious location and finds the entrance to the secret realm. A mysterious portal appears. The blue-haired young man prepares to open the entrance to the secret realm. He invokes the Giant Force Hand. The Giant Force Hand breaks the barrier, opening the way for the group. The team enters the secret realm. Zhengqiang suggests exploring ahead and uses a card. He invokes a glowing butterfly using a card. The card, Illumination Spell plus 20, is detailed. A level 20 card, the butterfly lights the path, demonstrating its power. Other characters comment on Zhengqiang's card enhancement, and the captain explains the advantages of using basic cards. The energy points of each member are shown. Then we see that using a card consumes only 1 energy point for basic cards. The captain warns about wasting energy points in this secret realm. The group is attacked. Zhengqiang's illumination helps reveal the enemy. A group member is hit and severely injured. The magical crystal dragon appears, huge and threatening, crushing the man, who cries for help as the dragon attacks. The captain orders the team to prepare for battle. Zhengqiang is shocked by the combat's violence and realizes the difference between reality and what he saw on TV. The blue-haired young man invokes the Giant Force Hand. He fights the magical crystal dragon, holding it by the horns. The blue-haired young man declares that he has controlled the situation. Several attack cards are activated simultaneously. The summoned abilities create a great visual impact, a scene full of action. The captain prepares for the final blow. The card, Sky Wolf of the Howling Moon, is presented. This card has level 10. The Sky Wolf of the Howling Moon attacks the dragon. At this moment, the dragon is seemingly defeated, and the team celebrates the victory. The beast's body lies on the ground with multiple wounds. The card, Magic Crystal Dragon, is detailed, a level 20 card. The Magic Crystal Dragon card is shown again. The other team members comment on the value of the Sky Wolf of the Howling Moon card. It seems to be an extremely expensive item. The Sky Wolf of the Howling Moon and the team are still in the secret realm. While the captain shows relief, celebrating the completed mission and planning a reward for the team, he notices something. A tremor shakes the secret realm. The other team members feel the tremors and start to worry. A monstrous creature appears, with enormous claws. A giant and menacing red dragon emerges in the secret realm. The captain and the blue-haired young man are shocked by the appearance of the unknown creature. The red dragon is identified as a mutated magic crystal dragon. Other team members are fallen and injured. Despair takes over. The dragon attacks, causing destruction and injuries, with most of the team wiped out. Zheng Qiang is shocked and terrified by what he just witnessed. He falls to his knees, fear visible. The cards of everyone scatter on the ground. Zheng Qiang is paralyzed by fear, recalling the death of his parents. But someone calls out to Zheng Qiang. It is the captain, gravely wounded. His situation is critical. Zheng Qiang is desperate over the captain's condition. He tries to carry the injured captain, showing determination while the dragon is after them. The captain tells Zheng Qiang to use the card he gave him to escape. Zheng Qiang's face shows anguish and hesitation, but the captain motivates Zheng Qiang not to leave his sister alone. Zheng Qiang remembers his sister, showing his deep concern. He recalls the captain's care and his promise to protect them. He expresses his desire to save the captain, demonstrating compassion. Deciding to save the captain, he disregards his own danger. A trap of chains emerges from the card. The chains bind Zheng Qiang, demonstrating the trap's power. Zheng Qiang is caught in a card trap. The card, Blood Sacrifice Spear, is detailed, a high-level card. He activates the Blood Sacrifice Spear, suffering damage. The Blood Sacrifice Spear unleashes an explosion of red energy. It heads toward the dragon. The dragon takes severe damage. Zheng Qiang is exhausted after using the card. He falls to the ground, seemingly defeated. He questions the captain's choice of card. The captain explains his choice and seems confident. Zheng Qiang shows astonishment, an expression of disbelief. The captain reveals he needed to sacrifice someone to monopolize the magic crystal dragon. The Sky Wolf of the Howling Moon returns to carry the captain. The captain leaves, abandoning Zheng Qiang. He assures Zheng Qiang that he will take care of his sister. Zheng Qiang displays extreme sadness and helplessness. The captain is departing. Zheng Qiang feels used as a disposable tool. He tries to stand and appear strong, but Zheng Qiang blames himself for his weakness. The dragon's claw approaches Zheng Qiang. The red dragon is about to crush Zheng Qiang. The protagonist recalls moments with his sister. His expression is one of regret and sadness. He laments his short and painful life, but he refuses to give up because of his sister. He tries to use his cards. Several types of magic are used simultaneously, and the dragon stands in front of Zheng Qiang. He attempts to use his abilities, but fails. He realizes that his basic cards are ineffective. He looks to the side and notices something. Zheng Qiang sees the cards of the other masters scattered on the ground. He has an idea: to use the basic cards of the other masters. His eyes shine with determination as a new strategy forms in his mind. Various items appear, possibly resources to enhance the cards. Zheng Qiang prepares to enhance the cards. Confident, he explains his unique ability to infinitely enhance basic cards. He decides to use all resources to enhance the basic cards. Zheng Qiang successfully enhances several cards. He enhances a basic card, creating new energy while the dragon is about to attack him. But then the transformation is complete, and power surges from his hands. The dragon attacks Zheng Qiang, but as it lifts its claw, nothing is there. Zhengqiang observes the result of his attack, looking confident. He prepares for a new attack. He explains his strategy. Zheng Qiang enhances more cards, showing his increased power. The card Skeleton Mage is detailed, a basic card. Zheng Qiang summons the Skeleton Mage as the dragon prepares an attack. At that moment, the beast tries to devour the protagonist, but something happens. A new character appears, a Skeleton Mage. The card, Skeleton Mage plus 100, is detailed, a low-level card. The Skeleton Mage prepares to attack, attacking the dragon with her scythe. Zheng Qiang is surprised by the power of the Skeleton Mage. She is happy to be summoned again, and when the girl hugs him, Zheng Qiang feels confused. He comments on the sudden transformation of the mage. The protagonist realizes they are still fighting the dragon. Becoming worried about the situation, the dragon unleashes a devastating attack. The Skeleton Mage smiles confidently. She delivers a powerful blow with her scythe, preparing to use her true ability. The girl summons several skeletons, who attack the dragon but don't cause much damage. The additional effects of the Skeleton Mage card are described. Increased life for minions, along with the Skeleton Mage's additional effect, physical resistance, and physical attacks now cause corrosion. The skeletons attack the dragon, causing considerable damage. The Skeleton Mage orders her skeletons to attack fiercely, while the protagonist is impressed by the power of enhanced basic cards. Xingqiang analyzes some low-level cards and seems to be considering a new strategy. The Skeleton Mage is injured but determined to fight. The dragon grew stronger after entering a berserk state, while the mage informs them about the dragon's condition. She asks Zheng Qiang to hide, but he tries to summon the grass spirit. The green grass spirit card is detailed, a low-level card that essentially restores some life. The protagonist advises the Skeleton Mage not to overexert herself. She looks at Zheng Qiang with admiration. Zheng Qiang is worried about his remaining energy points. The dragon is about to attack Zheng Qiang, but he prepares for the attack. Zheng Qiang uses a low-level card, and a light illuminates the area. He orders Xiao Gu to attack the dragon's neck. She understands the instructions and is ready to strike. The girl leaps onto the dragon and prepares to hit it. Xiao Gu attacks the dragon's neck with her scythe. Zheng Qiang realizes the neck is the dragon's weak point and explains the strategy as he prepares for the next attack. Zheng Qiang orders Xiao Gu to attack again while preparing new cards. The girl attacks the dragon's neck again, with force. Xiao Gu is about to be crushed by the dragon. The protagonist shouts to distract it, and is nearly bitten. He positions himself for the final attack in a sequence of quick moves. Xiao Gu manages to find the dragon's neck opening, and furiously shouts for the dragon to die as she prepares for the final blow, delivering a fatal strike to the dragon's neck. The final blow is successful, and the dragon is defeated. Xiao Gu is exhausted, but victorious. Zheng Qiang praises her, showing gratitude, and the girl asks for praise from the protagonist, displaying pride. She mentions that the strategy would not work against a stronger target. Zheng Qiang remembers having found a high-level card, the Mutated Crystal Magic Dragon. The card, Mutated Magic Crystal Dragon, is detailed. Being a high-level card, he feels disappointed because he doesn't have enough energy to use the card, and imagines the possibility of selling the card to become rich. Xiaogu asks why he is crying. Zheng Qiang cries with joy, thinking of his sister and how rich he is now. Someone then arrives at the card enhancement shop, which is closed. The captain, injured, knocks on the shop door. Zheng Qiang's sister is lying on the couch. She is trying to call her brother. The sister is angry at Zheng Qiang for not keeping his promise. At that moment, she hears someone knocking on the door and appears irritated by her brother's delay. But upon opening the door, she realizes it is not her brother. Zheng Qiang's sister finds the captain at her door. She asks if he has come to bring news about Zheng Qiang. The captain sits in the living room, and Zheng Qiang's sister brings him a glass of water. The man explains the situation in detail, preparing her for the news, and reveals that Zheng Qiang died on a mission. Zheng Qiang's sister is shocked and in disbelief. The captain appears sad and guilty about the protagonist's death. and explains in detail what happened on the mission. Zheng Chang's sister breaks down in tears, unable to believe the news. The captain falsely pretends to be sad. The captain tries to console Zheng Chang's sister. He explains that Zheng Chang sacrificed himself for her and suggests she join his team to avenge Zheng Chang. Zheng Chang's sister agrees to join the team. She signs a contract. Then the captain explains the contract terms. A long-term agreement. Zheng Chang's sister does not understand the contract, and he explains that the contract is lifelong. The captain reveals his true nature, stating that the girl is much more useful than Zheng Chang. At that moment, Zheng Chang returns, questioning the captain's actions. Zheng Chang's sister calls out to her brother, while the captain is shocked to see Zheng Chang alive. The protagonist looks at the captain with disbelief and anger for what he did, and confronts him about his actions. He loses patience and punches the captain in the face. The captain falls to the ground after the attack. Zheng Chang gives the captain two options: cancel the contract or fight to the death. The captain declares that the protagonist is ruthless and proposes a card duel. Zheng Chang's sister tries to stop him. However, the protagonist accepts the challenge, but with a condition, and explains that the captain will have to cancel the contract. The man becomes furious at the condition. Then Zheng Chang provokes the captain, questioning his courage. The captain claims he has never been afraid of anyone. Both agree to fight, swearing to the duel. The rules of the Cardmaster's duel are presented. The duelists prepare for the duel inside a magical arena. Zheng Chang, with his 5,000 life points. The captain also, with 5,000 life points. He reveals he will show his true power to Zheng Chang, and summons his Howling Sky Wolf, a level 10 card. The Howling Sky Wolf is ready to attack. Zheng Chang analyzes the captain's cards and his own. He explains that his opponent has great combat experience, so he decides to use his strongest card. Zheng Chang's low-level cards are shown: Lighting Spell +20, Small Flame +1, Lightning +1, Skeleton Mage +100, and Green Grass Spirit +5. He reanalyzes the Wolf card. He decides to use the enhanced Skeleton Mage. Xiaogu prepares for the attack. The captain underestimates Xiaogu's attack. She attacks the Howling Sky Wolf with a green energy strike, taking a significant portion of its life. The captain is surprised by Xiaogu's strength, then orders his Howling Sky Wolf to retreat temporarily. He comments on the Skeleton Mage's strength and how it was enhanced, and states that the fight is just beginning. The captain summons the Spirit Rat. The card Spirit Rat +20 is detailed. Being a low-level card, he then uses the Warhorn card, which increases the Spirit Rat's agility and the wolf's. The captain orders the Spirit Rat to attack Zheng Chang directly. The creature launches its attack. Zheng Chang is impressed by the Spirit Rat's speed. Xiaogu protects the protagonist from the attack, preventing him from being harmed. She spins her scythes at extreme speed. Xiaogu is in danger as the Howling Sky Wolf is about to strike her. The captain orders his Howling Sky Wolf to attack with full force. The girl tries to shield Zheng Chang as the Howling Sky Wolf approaches. The wolf strikes Xiaogu, hurling her away, and Zheng Chang shouts her name. The Spirit Rat injures the protagonist. His sister screams for her brother. Zheng Chang is gravely injured, but stands as the skeleton girl asks if he is okay. Zheng Chang is bleeding, but determined to fight. Xiaogu tries to help him, and he warns her not to lose focus. The protagonist explains that the ultimate ability can only be used in one move, and cannot be used now. He is in a difficult situation, with no cards to use, and acknowledges the captain's cunning. The captain acknowledges Zheng Chang's intelligence and prepares to end the fight, and states that Zheng Chang will not be able to change his fate. Zheng Chang recalls a phrase about the best moment to counterattack. He uses a fire attack card. The Spirit Rat is hit by the fire attack, while the captain admires Zheng Chang's strategy, but asks how he will deal with the Spirit Rat's speed. Zheng Chang is surprised by the Spirit Rat, which uses a technique to strike the protagonist's chin, throwing him far away, making him hit the ground hard. Zheng Chang tries to get up. He has only 2,000 life points left. The captain orders the spirit rat to attack him again. It is about to attack the protagonist, but Zhang Qiang uses a basic magic card. A blue energy attack approaches the spirit rat, which gets trapped in the trap, while the protagonist uses the lightning card. A lightning bolt strikes the spirit rat, and Zhang Qiang is left with only 50 life points. Zhang Qiang's sister is furious with his actions, but is worried about him and encourages him not to give up. On the battlefield, the Howling Sky Wolf is fighting the skeleton girl. The captain praises Zhang Qiang's courage, and the protagonist shows confidence despite his injuries. He explains his strategy to defeat the wolf. Zhang Qiang orders Xiaogu to finish the captain. The girl prepares for her final attack. She jumps very high and delivers a devastating blow to the Howling Sky Wolf. Zhang Qiang is injured but determined to keep fighting. He orders Xiaogu to summon more skeletons. She obeys, preparing to summon, and summons more skeletons, which join the fight. All of them go to attack the wolf. Zhang Qiang states that he only needs a single attack to win. Xiaogu and the servants fight against the Howling Sky Wolf, which strikes them. The girl prepares her scythe to attack. The captain is surprised by Zhang Qiang's strategy, but prepares a literal ace up his sleeve. The captain summons a powerful creature. An advanced magical crystal dragon appears, a high-level card. This advanced magical crystal dragon card is detailed. Advanced level, costs 20 energy points, and is the item they obtained at the beginning. The creature is about to attack, defeating several of Xiaogu's skeletons. The advanced magical crystal dragon heals the captain's life. He reveals its ability, Blood Devour. Zhang Qiang is shocked by the captain's power. The skeletons are positioned to attack the dragon. The captain begins to speak, saying the protagonist is devastated, claiming he was close to victory. Zhang Qiang, despite his injuries, refuses to give up. The captain summons a large sword. This is the Broadsword card, an intermediate card. He prepares to attack. The captain finishes off the skeletons with his broadsword. This sentence sounds odd. Zhang Qiang has no ideas left to defeat the captain. Meanwhile, the dragon attacks the remaining skeletons, destroying them. The protagonist realizes he no longer has cards capable of dealing damage. He analyzes the situation and plans his next move. Xiaogu apologizes for not being able to fulfill Zhang Qiang's orders. Zhang Qiang comforts her, saying it's okay. He wonders if this will be his defeat, and worries about his sister, Xiao Yi's future. Zhang Qiang refuses to let his sister become a slave, and decides to try something desperate, despite the risks. Then we see the mutated magical crystal dragon card he previously mentioned. Zhang Qiang laments not having succeeded in becoming wealthy. Xiaogu asks why he is staring at her. He says he trusts Xiaogu to decide the battle's course. The girl is confused by Zhang Qiang's strategy, but the protagonist explains his strategy to Xiaogu, which involves buying time. He calculates how many energy points the captain has left, and believes he is weakened. Xiaogu summons another skeleton army, while the captain remains confident despite the situation. Zhang Qiang appears determined, even at a disadvantage. He prepares his final attack and tries to empower the skeleton mage. The captain is shocked by Xiaogu's strength. Xiaogu, with the dragon's power, advances with her army. The captain becomes furious at Xiaogu's strength. The girl absorbs the dragon's energy, causing a massive explosion. Her body begins to disintegrate, and Zhang Qiang becomes worried about Xiaogu's situation. He watches as Xiaogu is being recreated. The card, Skeleton Mage plus 120, is detailed. It is a low-level card, but enhanced. With the ability to summon skeletons, she is more powerful than ever. The enhancements of the Skeleton Mage card are detailed. Increased minion health, 30% resistance to physical damage, a corrosion effect on physical attacks, an increase in the number of summoned undead, and the ability to return after death. Xiaogu, with her transformed appearance, displays impressive power. The transformation is remarkable. Zhang Qiang explains that card enhancements add new abilities every 20 levels, and beyond level 100, the original abilities are replaced with stronger ones. The captain shows indignation upon seeing the level of enhancement of Xingqiang's cards, using basic cards to achieve such great power. He criticizes Xingqiang's strategy, considering it an improper way to use a high-level card like the Magic Crystal Dragon. Xingqiang reinforces the idea that a card master must seek victory at all costs. Following the captain's teaching, the protagonist orders Xiaogu to eliminate the captain, showing determination even in a difficult situation. Xiaogu and her army of skeletons prepare for the final attack against the Magic Crystal Dragon. She, confident in her newly acquired power, displays a strong and determined posture. The captain, despite the situation, maintains his arrogant demeanor and says he will grant Xingqiang's wish for death. There is a clear implied threat. The captain orders his Magic Crystal Dragon to attack Xiaogu. The dragon is ready for the attack, using its Dragon Fire Cannon ability, preparing a powerful attack that strikes Xiaogu directly, showcasing the dragon's ability. Suffering considerable damage, Xingqiang observes the situation. Appearing tense, Xiaogu falls into a hole that opened in the ground, resulting from the attack. He places all his hope in Xiaogu, saying everything depends on her now. The captain belittles the protagonist's strategies, thinking he has no more tricks up his sleeve, and prepares to end the duel, expecting the fight's conclusion. The protagonist orders the skeleton to advance, injured but with a malicious smile, seems to be planning something. He questions if the captain has enough energy to summon intermediate defense cards. He is analyzing the tactical situation. The captain seems surprised by Xingqiang's question, wondering if he has something that could change the battle's course. Xingqiang observes the captain, questioning why he hasn't noticed the delay in his attack. A trap is being set. The captain is distracted and doesn't notice the skeleton mage approaching. Xiaogu attacks the captain, who is taken by surprise. She is now at an advantage. The captain reacts to the girl's attack. Xiaogu strikes with her scythe, the guillotine. In a swift motion, a great explosion of red energy hits the captain. The captain is gravely injured, with his sword broken. The result of the attack is devastating. Xiaogu, in a quick movement, attacks the captain, who is caught off guard. The speed of the attack is impressive. The captain falls to the ground with no life points remaining. Xingqiang's strategy was successful. The captain's Magic Crystal Dragon, without its master, begins to disintegrate. The dragon's strength is waning, while Xingqiang observes his victory and declares that the winner has been determined. Xingqiang shows determination despite his injuries, while the captain says it is not true, and questions how Xingqiang managed to make Xiaogu use her ultimate ability twice. Xingqiang explains that people underestimate card enhancement and the concept of unlimited upgrades. He details Xiaogu's fifth ability, Death Resurrection, which allows the creature to be revived once per duel. Xiaogu, in her enhanced and resurrected form, demonstrates overwhelming power with an army of skeletons around her. Xingqiang observes the fallen captain with a serious expression. The captain, perplexed, cannot comprehend how he was defeated. The protagonist explains that the concept of card enhancement is more complex than the captain imagines. He explains that, contrary to popular belief, a card can be enhanced indefinitely, and its original abilities can be replaced with newer, stronger ones. The cards appear behind him. Xingqiang declares that the captain must honor the bet made. The cards state that he violated the rules, showing the contract. The captain is terrified and desperate upon realizing what is about to happen. The oath reversal of the cards. He broke the duel's rules. The captain, in despair, offers his arm in exchange for his life, demonstrating the fear he feels of the imminent punishment. The punishment for breaking the oath manifests in the form of his monstrous and powerful cards appearing around the captain, creating an atmosphere of great danger. Xingqiang, despite his injuries, shows a mix of exhaustion and relief upon witnessing the captain's punishment. The scene shifts to the outside environment, showing the overcast sky, indicating the battle has ended. The atmosphere is somber but calm. The captain lies on the ground, apparently dead, paying the price for breaking his promise. The battlefield, the secret realm begins to disintegrate, signaling the end of the duel and the return to the real world. Xingqiang's sister finds him, showing concern and relief. She hugs him tightly, expressing the fear she felt during the battle. The girl questions his condition, showing deep concern and relief that he is alive, though injured. Xingqiang reassures her, explaining that card duel injuries disappear at the end, showing his maturity and care for his sister. Xingqiang and his sister, Xiao Yi, leave the duel's location. She seems worried. Xiao Yi asks about the captain's whereabouts, showing curiosity about his fate. Xingqiang has a serious expression and a distant look when speaking about the captain's fate. A temporarily closed sign hangs on the shop door. The two are at home, sitting on the sofa. Xiao Yi questions whether the captain deserved to die, showing an ethical doubt about what happened. Xingqiang relates that only today he managed to see the captain's true face, revealing there are many more things he did not get the chance to ask. He shares a reflection about the captain, highlighting his risky position at work, lamenting the situation, having always been put at risk on missions, showing empathy despite the rivalry. Xingqiang and Xiao Yi sit together. A calm and understanding atmosphere is established between them. The sister now seems more at ease and agrees with the assessment about the captain, but questions the next steps. A family photograph appears, showing the captain with Xingqiang and his sister as children. There is a nostalgic tone to the scene. Xingqiang thinks about the future, showing indecision as he reflects on what happened, walking toward the photo. He lowers the photo and decides it is time to move on, focusing on the future. Xiao Yi is surprised by her brother's determination. Xingqiang reveals that his talent with cards was being misused, and now he knows how to use it to its full potential, showing a level 120 card. Xiao Yi is amazed by her brother's strength and what it means for her future, as paying school tuition will now be easier. Xingqiang remembers how Xiao Gu was raised, fed with a mutated magical crystal dragon, showing her extreme power and significant cost. The protagonist becomes confused. Xiao Yi asks what Xingqiang is doing, and questions her brother about his involvement in a temporary job in the secret realm. Xingqiang laughs nervously, insinuating that he considers the secret realm a temporary job. She gets angry at her brother for hiding information from her. He apologizes, explaining that he hid the truth out of fear of her reaction. Xingqiang feels in trouble and fears being scolded by his sister. The girl hugs her brother, showing love and concern. Xiao Yi scolds Xingqiang for not telling her about the job and the dangerous situation in the secret realm. Xingqiang explains that he risked his life to get a high payment in the secret realm, justifying that the reward's value motivated him to participate. Xiao Yi gets irritated with her brother's explanation, showing she does not accept his behavior, and reprimands Xingqiang for getting involved in dangerous activities without telling her, ordering him to stop doing such things. But at that moment, someone knocks on the door. A police officer enters their home, identifying herself as Shen Rongshu. The woman observes the siblings in a suspicious pose. Xingqiang becomes worried about the officer's appearance and tries to make an excuse to the officer. The police officer Shen Rongshui looks unconvinced, and then arrests Xingqiang while Xiao Yi seems scared. The protagonist questions the reason for the arrest. The woman explains she is arresting Xingqiang for something I cannot mention here. Xiao Yi explains the situation to the officer, trying to justify her brother's actions. The officer, although understanding the situation, warns Xingqiang not to repeat such behavior. He and Xiao Yi feel relieved to have resolved the misunderstanding. The officer explains that using human body parts as a bet is a severe violation of the card regulations. The sister becomes worried about the possibility of Xingqiang going to prison. The officer explains that, fortunately, the bet was proposed by the captain, who died due to the oath retribution of the cards, justifying Xingqiang not being imprisoned, and warns him about the consequences of future actions, explaining he is receiving a warning because it is his first offense. Xiao Yi feels relieved. Her brother does not have to go to jail or work in a factory. The officer confirms the case is resolved and hands over the captain's belongings to Zeng Qiang, as the captain had no close relatives. The officer explains that as Zeng Qiang was the captain's legal heir, he inherits all his belongings, and Zeng Qiang and Xiao Yi are surprised to learn they inherited the store and other assets. The officer explains she made this decision because she thought the two were orphans and alone. Xiao Yi hugs the officer, thanking her for her help and kindness. The officer asks the girl to calm down and stop making a scene. Zeng Qiang is shocked to realize he became rich overnight. He envisions his new life with a house, car, and premium cards, but thinks about the captain's betrayal and the massacre caused. Showing a look of anger and regret, he reveals the magical Crystal Dragon card, a rare and valuable card won with the duel's victory. She watches her sister, who does not stop hugging the officer. The officer observes Zeng Qiang and asks the girl if there is anything to drink in their house. Xiao Yi offers to make tea for the officer. The woman makes a suggestion. Zeng Qiang and the officer leave the house. He asks if there is anything else to discuss in private. The officer reveals her sadness over the captain's death and says she wants to talk to the protagonist about him. The young man states he does not need further explanations. The woman mentions new developments regarding Zeng Qiang's parents, which surprises him. He begs the officer to tell him what happened to his parents. The woman asks Zeng Qiang if he remembers the captain having contact with his parents before their disappearance. She reveals that, during the investigation, they discovered the captain received a large sum of money after Zeng Qiang's parents disappeared. Zeng Qiang is shocked to learn this information. The police officer confirms the information, saying that the captain is the main suspect in the case of the protagonist's parents' disappearance. He becomes furious and confused, not understanding what is happening, and questions who sent the money to the captain. The police officer is surprised when she is grabbed by Zeng Qiang. She looks at the building behind him. That is the Zeng Corporation, meaning the Zeng family is responsible for his parents' death. Zeng Qiang is shocked upon hearing the name of the Zeng family. The police officer confirms that the Zeng family was behind his parents' disappearance and explains that they are an extremely powerful family. And she explains that she is helping Zeng Qiang so he will leave Lang Hui alone. She assures him she will investigate the case to the end. She asks him to promise to forget the incident and move on, asking him not to get involved with the Zeng family. Zeng Qiang thanks the police officer for her help and accepts her condition. She says she needs to leave and warns him to remember what she said. Zeng Qiang reflects on the revelation of the Zeng family's involvement in his parents' disappearance. Then we see what happened. The protagonist's father was saying that Zeng Quan, allied with 3 influential families, explained that he killed his grandfather to take over as head of the family. At that moment, a person hidden in the shadows comes down the stairs, saying this is for the Zeng family to take a step further. The mysterious man demands the sacred card from Zeng Qiang's father. A child was observing the scene. The protagonist's father sighs, holding the sacred card, and an intense glow emanates from it. Zeng Qiang remembers the Zeng family's cruel actions, the death of his grandfather, the appropriation of his parents' card, and their murder, and decides to act on it. The police officer says goodbye to Zeng Qiang but shows concern. Zeng Qiang vows revenge against the Zeng family. At Zeng Qiang's shop, he is organizing boxes in the store. After carrying all the boxes, he is quite tired. He finishes organizing the boxes in the store. Xiao Yi enters the shop and questions her brother's behavior. The girl had brought cups of tea. Zeng Qiang explains that he finished organizing the shop's cards. He reveals that the cards have low power and need enhancement. Xiao Yi asks if he plans to sell them. Zeng Qiang explains that he doesn't intend to sell the cards because he will use them, and reflects on the near defeat he suffered against the captain, even with Xiao Gu as a trump card. He concludes that winning card duels depends on experience and synergy between the cards. Zeng Qiang organizes the cards on the table. Some basic cards are presented: Burning Nodes, Blue Water Spirit, Air Explosion, and Fortify. Haraba Alaideada. He reveals that his sister has 55 energy points, but her current cards are not sufficient for her potential. Xiao Yi agrees that her brother needs stronger cards. He presents a solution: to use a powerful card, the card Crystal Magic Dragon, a high-level card. Zheng Qiang shows the Crystal Magic Dragon card to his sister. Xiao Yi is happy to receive such a valuable card, but worries about the family's finances. She asks if they will still have money to pay for school fees. Zheng Qiang reassures his sister, saying he will get money, and that she can study with a scholarship. He encourages Xiao Yi to work hard in her studies because he trusts her. Shrill. The girl laments that Zheng Qiang has only 20 energy points but says she can use the captain's cards. He shows a card from the captain. The card Spirit Rat plus 20 is presented. It is a low-level card, but very useful. Xiao Yi doesn't understand her brother's idea and questions why he didn't choose the Howling Sky Wolf. Zheng Qiang explains that the Spirit Rat is more efficient due to its cost and utility, and concludes that utility is more important than raw card power. But Xiao Yi asks if he will use many cards to enhance the Spirit Rat. Zheng Qiang thinks about how to use basic cards to enhance the Spirit Rat. Alali. He explains that Xiao Gu, although strong, has low health and attack power, and considers the enhancement result satisfactory. All looks, but feels tired after intense training. He declares that his enemy is the Zheng family. Zheng Qiang chooses the card to enhance. He starts the enhancement process, placing several cards on the table. A large amount of energy is released, and the enhancement is successful. But after the enhancement, even the rat card disappeared. He realizes that someone is hiding behind a box. It is a new girl who appears, dressed like a cat. She was hiding. She is scared of the transformation and begs not to be hurt. Yadi. Zheng Qiang observes the transformed girl and picks up the Spirit Rat plus 80 card. The Spirit Rat plus 80 card is detailed: increased agility, increased number of clones, chance to cause continuous bleeding in the opponent. Zheng Qiang is satisfied with the enhancement result, saying he now has a high-speed attacker. He asks the new girl if she liked the transformation.